this Wood's reaction and Wood's-Fittig reaction later we will discuss. So first of all, what is Wood's reaction? Wood's reaction is simply the reactions of alkyl halides with sodium in the presence of diether to form longer alkanes. So the word longer why I used, because two molecules of alkyl halides couple together to form a single molecule of alkane, and the product is usually contain the number of carbon atom which is just double to the number of carbon atom present in the reactant. But it is not the case of always, because sometimes what happen when two halo groups are present within the same molecule, then the two carbon atoms to which the halo group is attached couple together in the same molecule, and that kind of Wood's reaction is said to be intermolecular Wood's reaction. So first of all, it is not here the example of this Wood's reaction. Like this is propyl chloride. When reacts with sodium, the presence of dry ether, it forms 6 carbon product, that is hexane. And here is a balanced example for this reaction. Like 2 atoms of sodium metal is needed to complete this reaction, and 2 moles of this propyl chloride also needed to form 1 molecule of hexane, and 2 molecule of sodium chloride will be formed as a side product. So in the next we will see the mechanism of this Wood's reaction. Actually this mechanism involves generation of free radicals here. So what happened in first step, this carbon and this chloride, that sigma bond is there. So this sigma bond first homolytically break. Like in any bond, or we can say that any kind of bond like sigma bond or pi bond, the bond means simply 2 electrons. That is here is the sigma bond. So the sigma bond means here is 2 electrons. One electron is of this carbon atom, another electron is of this chloride atom. So homolytic cleavage means both the bonded atoms will share these 2 electrons equally. It means one electron will move toward this carbon atom, and one electron of this sigma bond will move toward this chloride atom. And here 2 new species will form, which will be known as free radicals, because the free radical, that is the one electron I represented here in the form of this dot. You can see here on CH2 here, and this chloride free radical. So what will happen in the next step, these 2 free radicals generated here, they will react with sodium metal atom separately. That's why this reaction needed 2 metal atoms. This one first metal atom, you well know the electronic configuration of this sodium, like 1s2, 2s2, 2p6 and 3s1. That is, this sodium atom contains 1 electron in its outermost shell. So this sodium atom will donate its 1 electron to this CH2 free radical. So what will happen when this sodium atom will donate 1 electron to this CH2, and this CH2 already contains 1 electron. So 1 electron of this CH2 and this 1 electron from the sodium will make a negative charge on this CH2, like here. Whenever a negative charge is present on any species, it means that this negative charge means 2 electrons, 1 electron of the same species and another electron is coming from the other species. And here what happened with this sodium, sodium donates its electron, sodium loses its electron. That's why a positive charge will appear on this sodium atom. So the presence of this sodium is only to satisfy the negative charge of this CH2. There is no any specific role of this sodium ion with this carbon ion. And what will happen with this chloride radical? Again the similar thing this sodium metal atom will also do. Like it is the quality of metal atoms to donate electrons, and again here sodium again donate its the outermost electron to this chloride radical, and a negative charge will appear to this chloride ion, and here sodium will convert into sodium positive ion. So the formation of sodium chloride will take place. So here I have written free radical generation. Like as you see here, free radicals are forming, and here the negative charge on this CH2 will act as a nucleophile, and it will attack on a suitable electrophile. That's why I have written here this nucleophile generation is taking place in this step, in first step. So what will happen in the second step, the nucleophile generated in first step will attack to the sigma star anti-bonding orbital of this sigma bond, and its anti-bonding orbital will be here. So here the nucleophile is the negative charge on this CH2 group, and electrophile, what is electrophile? The electrophile is the sigma star anti-bonding orbital of this carbon chloride sigma bond. Like if sigma bond is there, so its anti-bonding must be there, which is always empty. Like if any bond is present in the chemical structure, its sigma bond, sorry, its anti-bonding orbitals are always present within the bonding orbitals, and these anti-bonding orbitals are always empty. So what will happen, this negative charge of this CH2 will act as a nucleophile, and it will attack to the sigma star anti-bonding orbital of this sigma bond. So what will happen, one new bond will start to form between this carbon atom, the negatively charged carbon atom, and this carbon atom, the chloro group containing carbon atom, and the two electrons from this sigma bond will start to move to this chloro group, and SN2 reaction will take place. You will know about SN2 reaction, that the leaving group starts to leave, and the attacking nucleophile will starts to form a new chemical bond between this carbon atom to this carbon atom. So here I have represented the bond which is going to be break by red color, and the bond which is starts to form by blue color. And here I have represented this hydrogen atom to only show the geometry of this species, like trigonal bipyramidal species it is, and it is generally transition state, which is forming which is usually forming in SN2 type reactions, and the energy of transition state is generally very high as compared to the intermediate. That's why these species are highly unstable as compared to the intermediates. So what will happen, this chloro group, this bond will break and this bond will form. So the sodium ion will take the chloride ion from here, and it will remove as NaCl. And here I have not represented this hydrogen. It is understood that two hydrogen atoms are present here, and one new sigma bond will form, and the overall structure we can represent like this. So here two chloro group, two propyl iodide molecules react together. One propyl iodide is black colored here, and one propyl iodide is red color here, and both the two chloro groups removed, and these two molecules will join together through this carbon atom, the carbon atom which is containing this chloro group. So through these carbon atoms, these molecules will couple together, and the formation of hexane will take place. So in the next slide we will discuss some problems like a reaction of chlorocyclohexane with sodium in the presence of diether. So whenever you see sodium in the presence of diether and the substrate is alkyl halide, you have to simply couple two molecules of this alkyl group by this carbon atom. So that is it is a Wood's reaction. Whenever you see like sodium and diether is present on arrow or before arrow, and the substrate is alkyl halide, the reaction will be Wood's reaction. So you please try to solve these problems, and within a few seconds I will show the structures of the product. So just pause the screen now and write down the products, and now we will see the products here. Where is the difficulty here? So here one chloro alkyl chloride is propyl one, and one is containing 4 carbon, that is butyl. So when they will react with the sodium ion, so what will happen, two molecules of this propyl chloride reacts together to form 6 carbon compound, this one, and two molecules of this butyl chloride reacts together to form one molecule of octane, and one molecule of this propyl chloride and one molecule of butyl chloride reacts together to form a 7 carbon heptane. So what is happening here, when the chloro groups or halo or alkyl halides are of different nature, a number of products will be formed in the reaction. So the second exercise is this one. It is actually reported example, like the substrate itself containing two halo groups, and both the halo groups eliminate, and these two carbons couple together to form this bicyclic compound. And here 1 2 3 4 5 6 1 and 6 position of this substrate containing this chloro group. So what will happen with when they react with sodium in the presence of diether, the two chloro groups will be eliminated, and the substrate will undergo homocoupling reaction like with this carbon and this carbon, and will form a six-membered compound, which is known as cyclohexane. So in the next slide we will go to discuss about Wood's fatigue reaction. So it is nothing and only the extension of Wood's reaction. So in Wood's reaction, only the two molecules of alkyl halide react together. But what happen in Wood's fatigue reaction? One molecule of alkyl halide and one molecule of aryl halide react together to form substituted benzenes or substituted aryl compounds. So it is the only difference between Wood's reaction and Wood's fatigue reaction. Fatigue extended the work. He used one molecule of this alkyl halide and one molecule of this aryl halide. So the mechanism is similar to that one, Wood's reaction, but here the free radical generation will take place from the aryl halide and not from the alkyl halide. So what will happen here? Again, this homolytic cleavage of this bond will take place, and one benzene radical will form and one chloro radical. Again, they will react with this sodium atom, not an, and these sodium atoms will donate its outermost electron to these free radicals. So what will happen? By accepting the electron from this sodium, it will contain a negative charge here, and this chloride radical will convert into chloride ion like this, and this sodium will convert to sodium positive, and this is the negative charge on this carbon atom will act as a nucleophile here. In step 2 it will act as a nucleophile here, and now it will attack to the where. What is the electrophile here? You please try to remember, as I said in the previous slide. What is the electrophile here? The electrophile is the sigma star anti-bonding orbital of this carbon chloride sigma bond. So here the negative charge will attack on the sigma star anti-bonding orbital of this carbon chloride sigma bond, and the two electrons of this sigma bond will start to move towards this chloride ion, and one bond between this carbon atom and this carbon atom will start to form, and the bond between this carbon atom and this chloride atom will start to break, and again the transition state will form here, and this bond will form, this bond will break, and the product we will get like this, like substituted benzene ring. The substituent is this propyl group which participated during in the reaction. So this is all of about Wood's reaction and Wood's fatigue reaction, and